What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to talk about a bunch of lovely new One Piece TCG promo cards that are being given out at various events. I'd like to tell you all about them, so I'm gonna start off with probably the most exciting ones. These are coming around at flagship events in July, and they start off with Luffy. Now, generally speaking, I would call this Serial Luffy. It looks like the previous serial numbered cards. It's got that same kind of design. It looks exactly like we would expect a serial numbered card to look. There is, however, one very important difference between this and the other serial numbered cards, and it might sound a little bit silly, but I'm going to say it out loud anyway. There's no serial number here. And that's a bit of a problem. It looks like the other Serial Luffy, and the other Serial Luffy, yes, this is the third one we've had, and the Ace and the Shanks, and it's clearly the spiritual successor there too, but it's not a serial numbered card. Now, I'm not saying it won't be at some point, but I'm saying right now, this is not a serial numbered card. It is only given to the winner of flagship events, although do remember the way flagships work is they're designed for 32 players, so the winner of those 32 players goes and gets this card. But you can actually sometimes run it as a 64-player tournament, and if you run it as a 64-player tournament, then the top 2 players will get this card instead. Now, as for what card it actually is, we are talking about Starter Deck 21 Luffy, 5 cost 6k, no counter, and we've got Rush, and then when attacking, you can give your leader or one of your characters a rested Don. We're not talking about some kind of like uber best deck in the format kind of card or anything like that. But we are talking about a very useful card, a very good card, one that's certainly got even more potential moving on in the future. It's a cool card. We like this card. So yeah, this is cool. I think a lot of other people are going to like this card as well, if I'm honest with you. So this is rather lovely. And it's very different artwork to what we had last time. Doesn't really matter, just thought that was worth pointing out. But it's not the only card you can go and get yourself at flagships, and this is the one that might break my wallet. It's an Akira Igawa Roanoa Zoro. I have been not even remotely shy about my love for Akira Igawa's artwork in the One Piece TCG. They actually do Pokemon card art and have been doing for years now, but I think their One Piece work is just unmatched. I was able to meet them at the Pokemon World Championships last year and tell them that. I was very happy I got the chance to do so. I think their artwork is phenomenal. This is the only way to get this card right now. And the funny thing is, some of you may remember Akira Igawa as the person who did the Roanoa Zoro alternate artwork right back in Romance Dawn. Same character, same artist. That card's a pain to get hold of, just because it's really expensive. Well, this one might be a little bit of a pain as well. Basically, if you want to collect Akira Igawa One Piece cards, and I do, Roanoa Zoro's going to be the big issue for you right now. But I kind of love that this is a second card of Zoro by the artist, and I think it's absolutely stunning. I mean, look, if nothing else, at least it is the top 8 promo, not the winner's promo. Still going to be a pain to get, but at least it's a top 8 promo. Now, also worth noting, of course, like I said a minute ago, although it's set up for 32 people, top 8 get the Zoro, you can run it as a 64-person tournament, and if you do, top 16 get the promo. Basically, 1/4 of the people attending will get this promo. I'm hoping that keeps the price in a vaguely appropriate range. Now, as for the Zoro, it's also the one from Starter Deck 21. These are the 2 super rares from Starter Deck 21. And on X2, it gains Rush. And on KO, you can play a red character with 6,000 power or less, other than Roanoa Zoro, from your hand. It sees a little bit of play. It's not some kind of like uber staple in every deck, but it is a card that sees a bit of play. bit of play here or there, it absolutely does make it into decks. I want this version of the card. This version of the card is amazing. Am I going to get it? Don't know. Be cool though, wouldn't it? I'd like that. So those are the new flagship cards. They are not the only new cards we need to talk about in this video, because we've also got ourselves... Well, actually, first, a quick update on something I showed you the other day. So the other day, I showed you these big 4 Emperors cards. Well, now I can tell you they are coming in the theme promotion pack 4 Emperors version, and it's being given out at events such as the Card Game Exchange event. And honestly, you just go to the event and they give you a pack with one of the 4 cards. Now, these shouldn't be terribly annoying to get hold of, which is good, because I need all 4 of them. They are exclusive numbered promos. They are mechanically unique. I showed you the other day, but just as a reminder, they're all 10 cost 12k, no counter. And Shanks is on play and when attacking. For this turn, your opponent can't block, which seems ridiculous in the end game. Buggy is a 10 cost 12k with blocker, but on play, if you don't have 5 cost or higher characters, you have to return it to the bottom of your deck. But remember, that's because you can play it as a 5 cost with the Buggy leader, so it's got that same downside as the other 10 cost Buggy, which can also be played as a 5 cost by the leader. We've got Monkey the Luffy, which is when attacking Don -10. Activate this character. And I know a bunch of people have been a bit down on this one. I think this one is being massively slept on. Get to the end of the game, you get 2 12k swings. Don -10's, yeah, you know, it's going to be a pain to come back from, although purple can. But just use this to end the game. Sorted. And I do see these as generally game-ending cards, I should say. And then you got Martial Teach, whereby when attacking, your opponent's leader and all of their characters have no effects for the turn. These are all potentially extremely powerful cards, and I'm looking forward to having them in my promo binder, because they're all awesome. Although, come on, Buggy's got the best artwork of this lot, and I will not be told otherwise. So I showed you those cards the other day, but I hadn't actually told you where they're from or which events to go to. Now I have. We good. And then the other thing we need to talk about here is your Standard Battle Pack. The Standard Battle Pack Volume 12, which is coming around, which is being given out at various events, like, for instance, your Standard Battle. Fairly low-level events. And we're moving on to Volume 12 here, and your prize card, Only the Winner is Right. I also kind of love the fact that it's a prize card called Only the Winner is Right. So if you win, only the winner gets this card. And I find that very, very fitting, honestly. I think this is pretty cool. Now, these aren't new cards. The other ones I showed you a second ago, they are mechanically unique. This is not. These are reprints of existing cards. And actually, in the vein of that, I should tell you the English name is Because the Side of Justice will be whichever side wins, but Only the Winner is Right, the literal direct translation of the Japanese card name, just works so beautifully when it's only given away to the winner of the event. Now, this is the one from OP05, 0 cost. As a counter, trash a card from your hand to give your leader or one of your characters a 3k bump. Or as a trigger, rest one of your opponent's characters of a cost of 4 or less. Decent little card. And actually, I should point out here, we don't know how these cards are coming out in English yet. We're going to get them all. We always get them all. We just haven't actually got them here yet. I'm sure we'll get them before too long. So that's what you get for winning. And then there is another version of it, which is just in Standard Battle Pack Volume 12. Same artwork, but it's not borderless and full art. It's got a nice big border on. But then we've got some others. We've got the Suru from OP06. 5 cost 4k, counter plus 2000. And on play, you trash 2 cards from your hand. And then your opponent has to put one of their characters back to their hand. It's cool. It's a nice little card. It's one of those ones where your opponent gets a choice, but your goal here is to play it in a situation where your opponent actually doesn't really have a choice because they haven't enough to, choose from. And then from there, you can win and life is good. We've then got the Shachi Penguin from Starter Deck 10, 4 cost 5k, counter plus 2000. And on play, if you've got 3 or fewer Don, add 2 Don cards from your Don deck rested. As a side note, I know probably a lot of people watching this have been playing the game for a little while, but if you haven't, I know that looks weird, because how can you play a 4 cost and have 3 Don? But it's all to do with the leader Trafalgar Law from Starter Deck 10, which has got Don -3, put one of your opponent's characters a 3k or less to the bottom of their deck, and then play a 4 cost or less, so you would Don -3 down to 3 Don or lower, play Shachi Penguin using this skill, and then you would be able to get the extra 2 Don coming out. And then we've got the Bartholomew Kuma from OP09, so the most recent one of these promos. 4 cost 5k, counter plus 2000, and what we've got here is a trigger, whereby if your leader is multicoloured, and between you and your opponent you've got 5 or fewer life remaining, you get to play this card. So pretty nice for those dual colour Revolutionary Army decks, although if it comes through too early, it's not going to work, and that's a little bit sad. So there we go. We got Standard Battle Pack Volume 12. We've got confirmation of that 4 Emperors theme pack. And then we've got those new Treasure Cup cards that are absolutely stunning. But I've told you about all of that now. So now it's over to you guys. Tell me which of these cards you're excited about. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching What's He Plays.